Boom shakala! Today's video is all about African arts exhibition at Hidden Lane, Glasgow. And you know, this video needs no too much talk. I think we should just go straight into it because African arts is massive.
This one is palm wine.
All right.
Made from the palm tree. And then we use normally the calabash to drink it. And normally it's not presented in bottles at home. They
Right.
pack it, they put it into a bigger calabash, and you pour it from that calabash into the smaller bowl. And sometimes you even pass it around like you do the Scottish libation thing you do. So you drink a bit, you take it to the next person, and then drink a bit.
We never pass it around.
As you would imagine, I was completely blown away by the amount of African arts on display at this exhibition. This whole exhibition was put together by Chief Mrs. Josephine Obo McLeod.
Be afraid. Oh, be afraid. This is all.
Later on, music was supplied by our very own multi-talented R&B singer Rachel Howell. To spice things up on the same day, Mr. Norman McLeod played the bagpipe to entertain guests. Chief Mrs. Obo McLeod later on introduced the owner of Hidden Lane Gallery, who has always been a fan of African arts, and he has so much inspiring words to share about African arts.
Because the person I met initially was Carol Dunlop, and luckily she was the one who answered the phone. And I told her I want to meet this gentleman who owns this studio and this gallery and this beautiful Hidden Lane everything. So she gave me an appointment. I was very impressed that he honored the appointment, took me to a fantastic lunch, an Italian lunch across the road. I said it couldn't be better. You know, I was very relaxed, enjoyed myself very much. And that was where we coined this exhibition. And I will really thank him, and he's going to come now and tell us his own side of the story. Thank you, everybody. So, McFarland, Joseph McFarland of Hidden Lane. Give him a round of applause.
I suspect that this will be an anticlimax. I'm an also-ran when it comes here. I had very little to do with this exhibition, but it did come out of for some years I was picking up little pieces of African art at auctions in Glasgow, pieces that I knew to be interesting. I didn't know why they were interesting, but they were treated with almost contempt at the auctions here and in London and in most other places, until perhaps 20 years ago, when there started to be more interest in and more realization that this art was equally important with anything that could be made anywhere else in the world. So I had about 150 pieces, and I put on an exhibition here. There was a tremendous response to this, and it had a dual purpose. One was to let Glasgow, whose ancestors were the Glasgow citizens whose ancestors were Scottish, let them see this wonderful stuff that came out of Africa, not just the David Livingstone nonsense that we were told about when we were at school, and all the great days of colonialism and so on. That is one of the worst things that has happened in the whole of human history, I think. But I also wanted to let the Africans in Glasgow and those of African ancestry see what wonderful things that do come from Africa and how they should be so proud of this and not feeling that, oh, art is a European invention. It's something equally made in Africa. And so I put on an exhibition. Out of that there was such interest that I put on a second one. I picked up nothing from Africa purchased in Africa, only things bought here and brought here by people, often acquired probably at the point of a bayonet or just stolen. I mean, I remember a Church of Scotland minister telling me that he had acquired some of these pagan things there and given them crucifixes in return, and that this was, really it should all have been burned. But when he was selling them, he wanted quite a lot of money for them. So, however, maybe if they hadn't brought these here, we wouldn't be having this exhibition today, because out of 3 exhibitions, this is the 4th relating to African art. I hope it will not be the last. I'm already talking with someone about art from Ethiopia, which would make a very unusual entrance here, because very little is known in our part of the world of things from there. But I'm very, very grateful to Josephine for coming along that day and meeting me, and we talked about it and we thought of the various things that we could do, and I found myself on that day in a very strange situation, because I didn't do all the talking. Those who know me will be quite surprised at that. But Josephine is a fair match for me in this field. But out of it has come this. I mean, she has such tremendous energy for these things and such tremendous interest. But as she has said several times already, this could not have been realised without the help of this lady in the corner here, who did virtually all of the hanging here and organising of where best to put things, with an expert eye. She has a lot of experience in that field of graphics. But I just want to say welcome to you all and say I'm so happy that we're able to do this. And I even met a gentleman here who's trying to photograph me at the moment, and out of meeting him this evening, we'll hopefully be doing some things with Celtic connections for next year. So it's these contacts that do matter in the whole field of the art, of the social whirl, everything to do with people coming together. And I'm very glad that here tonight we've been able to bring together such an interesting group of people. So thank you very much.
This video wouldn't be complete without talking to the artists that came to showcase their works on this day, and I spoke to them, asking them one question: what does art mean to them?
Why do I love art? The real question really is, why should I not love art? Why would I not love art? Art is the richest, the most fundamental engagement that a human being can possibly do or be involved with. Art is the reason why we know of history of how man lived millions of years ago, and the aesthetic pleasure you derive from art, nothing really gives that much pleasure. And look at how lovely this exhibition that Geoffrey have put together in Hidden Lane Gallery. It's just an unbelievably lovely and exciting event.
I can comfortably say that art is a collection of images, skillfully or unskillfully, presented by individuals to enable them to communicate in a positive and cohesive and cogent manner. Now, when images come together and they tell a story, the concept and values of the story is embodied in the image. And when that happens, and the person who actually created the work is not available, whoever is looking at this dark picture as an interpreter or somebody who understands visual language can immediately connect with the work, knowing fully well that the message that the person was trying to convey cannot be properly read, but they have the liberty to enjoy the art and come out with their own form of communication or interpretation in order to create a memorable experience of themselves, either positive or negative. But either way, art is a piece of work that can enhance or annoy or disorientate, propaganda, anything. So art is a very powerful tool. And I'm glad that today, as Africans, we are able and we have the skills and can create pieces of art that can evoke, pacify, or even start wars. So for me, art, I say, is a symbol of communication.
My name is Chief Josephine Obo MacLeod of Dauphin Art and Design. As an artist, I feel art is life. I don't believe that I will enjoy life without art. So art is interrelated to everything. And I believe that the biggest artist is Almighty God, because you can see around you the beautiful creation that God has created. And this is what has inspired me all through my life.
My name is Titus Agbara. I'm a professional artist residing in Manchester at the moment. If you may ask me what does art means to me, I would say art, which is the expression of our inward mind. It's a quest for the unknown. It's a never-ending truth, a never-ending search. It's what you believe yourself that it's beautiful today to one other person might be the opposite to some other person. So in my own intake, I would say art, which is the expression of our inward minds, come out from you. Whatsoever you define as being beautiful to you definitely is beautiful and is art.
My name is Jerry, and I'm happy to be here. From my perspective, art is very, very important to me. Art is also very broad, natural, but also art bring out an element of people that others may not see.
My name is Adebusola Deborah Ramsey, and to me art is, I'm sure it's been said already, but art is all elements of life. It is a way of thinking through, a way of remembering how to play. My work is centrally focused on the use of colour.
My name is Sakai Machachi. I am a visual artist based in Scotland, and the reason why I love art is because it's the first form of expression that I had as a child, and I was able to use it throughout my life to help me through issues and to deal with life in general. I feel that art gives space for healing.
It gives me reassurance as a way of knowing who I am. For a long time I've never known who I am, so that's what I use it for.
Thank you so much for watching that video, and let me know what art means to you as an individual or as an artist. Let's know what you use art for, and please subscribe to this channel. You're gonna help this channel grow by subscribing. It's beautiful out here in Scotland. Go and subscribe, Joe.